Gentrification, the process whereby the character of a poor urban area is changed by government influence, private and corporate investments, improving housing, and attracting new businesses, typically displacing current inhabitants in the process. In 1936, the local government mapped Des Moines into 4 sections based on the conditions of the neighborhoods: green being best, blue being good, yellow being fair, and red being bad. This scale was distributed to banks to use in determining where to approve home loans and where not to approve loans. Not surprisingly, these neighborhood ratings paralleled the racial makeup of the city. This regular banking practice created a system of stratification in which people of color had a very hard time getting loans. The impacts of this redlining can be seen today throughout the entire city. USA Today has ranked Des Moines in the top 20 places to live and the top 10 for most affordable areas. With this, there has been an influx of individuals bringing attention to businesses and institutions trying to capitalize on the population growth. One area that has seen the most growth in the past decade has been the Drake neighborhood.
It's really about that, adding to the vitality, the vibrancy, the sustainability of our urban neighborhood. Under President Martin's leadership, Drake University has taken a posture toward our real estate holdings in the neighborhood, considering how we might be able to leverage this real estate that Drake had acquired over several decades, starting back half a century ago. And how can we leverage this property in a way that serves the needs of the community at large, the neighborhood in particular, but also campus needs? And one of the things that we can do to help to support the commercial corridors, to retain diversity, to keep a population density that really makes this a vibrant urban neighborhood, is to welcome redevelopment for multifamily, mixed use, mixed income projects, in specifically close and around the Dogtown Commercial District.
To do this, the university has partnered with several companies and organizations over the years, such as starting an after-school program with the Gregory and Susie Glazer Boys and Girls Club, collaborating with Nelson Construction in 2016 to build a hotel with commercial square footage on University Avenue, working with DART in the city of Des Moines to ensure traffic and pedestrian safety, entering an agreement with Broadlawns Medical Center to bring a clinic to the neighborhood, and finally partnering with Des Moines Public Schools to enhance the current Knapp Center Stadium and make it a shared space for the Des Moines Public School teams, allowing the university to engage more with the community. Drake, in recent years, also engaged in an agreement with Merge Urban Development, focusing on improving the city block around the Varsity Cinema to increase the number of apartment units for mixed-income residents and free up space for commercial or office use. This project specifically led to displacement among local businesses in Dogtown.
The Merge project would have displaced some local businesses. Great Clips was at the corner of 25th and University for a long time. During the pandemic, because of workforce shortages, the local Great Clips franchise owner closed several locations throughout central Iowa, including the one there at Drake. The other was Ghazali's Mediterranean Grill, who leased space from Drake at a below market rate for several years, for a lot of years.
My name is MJ Ghazali and I own Ghazali's Restaurant. It's a family owned. We've been around since the 80s, late 80s. My family started from the valley, was small, and they moved around in town. They never closed, but they moved locations. This location here has been almost 6 months after 18 years in the Drake neighborhood.
Ghazali's was a local family-owned restaurant loved by students, faculty, and residents alike for years. Great food, great service, and a great place for friends to gather and enjoy what Ghazali's had to offer. Drake was good to MJ and his business. Working together for years, they were amicable partners. A lot of money went into Ghazali's, and MJ worked hard to keep up with the impending costs that built up over the years just to stay in the Drake neighborhood with his loyal customers. And the continuous road construction in front of his restaurant at the time made it hard for customers to get to Ghazali's and built on the stress of keeping up his business in Dogtown.
Really tough on the business. We already don't have a parking, it's a street parking. Then it was impossible to get to the restaurant, like from customers, because university took forever, then 25th, 24th, all around Ghazali's. And I was already in a big hole from expanding and stuff.
It was the return after the height of the COVID-19 pandemic when their relationship turned sour.
But we go back prior to the COVID. Drake came to me and they told me we have bad news and good news for you. So I learned that they sold the building, and they told me literally like 2 or less than 3 weeks before this project went on public, like on press, media. That day was a company, merged company from Cedar Falls.
We gave that group as much notice as we possibly could. Even before I went public, we sat down with them, we explained this is what's happening, and we encouraged and hoped that Gonzalez would stay. Ultimately, they decided not to stay. That was their decision. I was sad personally. I really liked their spicy hero to see them go, but that was completely their decision.
So for me, I already spent all this money, and they said the good news, we're going to bring you back here. But when you build a 4-acre project, it's not going to happen over. So till now, they didn't even tear the building down, so it's going to take. So I was thinking, like, what I'm going to do? I'm a small business, and I already spent a lot of money here. Like, I don't have money to go somewhere else and take this location, and everything's expensive right now. So yeah, that's another hit for Gonzalez in a way. Like, I knew I'm not going to make my money back because I was already in a big hole.
While Ryan Arnold is hopeful for the future, he is unable to confirm how the revitalization efforts will impact other commercial or residential rents.
My hope is that by the point that we reach that threshold where you start to see a potential pricing up of commercial space, that these local businesses are able to afford it. That this becomes a destination of choice in Central Iowa, that we have created the right economic environment for this district to move from what it has been classified as an underperforming commercial district in the city of Des Moines to one that is actually performing at a high level.
Gonzalez was at the forefront of collateral damage as a result of the revitalization of Dogtown. From the cost to the construction and a looming pandemic affecting their business operations, the sensible choice was to relocate. For 6 months now, Gonzalez has been located in Clive, Iowa, and the restaurant has had more liberties and freedoms to operate how they wanted to. It was in MJ's best interest to leave the Dogtown area for business reasons as well as personal.
I can't sit just and wait. I have a mom, she's 87, and I have a sister with special needs that I need to take care of now. You know what I mean? I can't just so I need the business, I need to, support my family. But when mom called me, she's a good mom, and said, hey, I'm going to be there for her because she's been there for us. I understand business, like I said, is business, they sold the building, but it affected me. I have nothing against, it's just a business thing, but that hurt me a lot.